Good morning. Welcome to Parkbench. I'm Pamela Pfeiffer with VIP Realty, and we're talking this morning with Adam Welsh from Precision Molding. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Fine, thank you. So I want to learn about mold removal, air quality control in homes and business, and understand about when I should call you with regards to my home or my business. What are the things I should look for with regards to air quality and, let's say, mold? Talk to me about that.
Well, when somebody should call, it should be called right after they find something either wet after a rainstorm, if a flood happens, if a roof leaks, if they find a leaky pipe, or maybe they're caulking around their shower or sinks weren't tight and they find that water has gotten down in behind their cabinetry.
Okay.
That's a perfect time to call. The longer you wait, the more damage it's going to cause.
Okay, so tell me, what is the process when you come in, when someone calls you and says, hey, I think I've got a mold problem? What do? How do you interact with the customer? What can they expect?
Well, I do a free consultation. I show up at the house. I ask questions. Where's the damage? What caused the damage? I go through and I do an inspection, a visual inspection with my moisture meters. If I have to pop some baseboard to check behind some baseboard, make sure there's no mold growth, I go ahead and do that as well. And I just walk them through my process on what I'm doing for the free consultation. And then I give them my findings. And if I don't find anything visual, then I'll call in a third-party indoor air quality hygienist company to come in and do mold testing. In the state of Florida, it's a conflict of interest for the mold remediator to also do the mold testing. Therefore, they have to be separated. So there's a couple companies I work with. I've been working with them for many, many years. And so they'll come in and they'll do a mold test and find out what exactly is going on.
Okay, so once you discover that there is in fact a problem in someone's home or business, you start the process. Can the people stay present? Do they have to evacuate for you to do your job? Talk to us a little bit more about that process.
Well, when I start the job, typically the homeowners, they don't have to leave the premises. What I do is I contain off with very thick 6 mil plastic, and around the area that's going to be worked on, it's sealed up nice and tight. It's sealed up with the proper equipment inside to capture anything that might get airborne, and that keeps it from leaving the contained area and keeps it spreading from the other areas of the house that aren't contaminated. So it's a very safe process when done correctly.
And when there is a problem, is this something that's typically covered by insurance?
Typically, it can be. There's a lot of different variables involved when it comes to the insurance company.
Okay.
The best thing to do is to call your insurance company and let them know what's going on as soon as you possibly can.
Okay.
The sooner the better.
Yeah.
And document everything that you can. A lot of pictures of the leaks, a lot of pictures of any mold that you might see that's present,
Okay.
How long it's been going on, who you called, what time they arrived. I mean, everything makes a difference when it comes to the insurance company. So documentation is key.
So when you have a client who has a problem, if it's a little problem, that's one thing. If it's a big problem, that's another thing. Obviously, there's different pricing according to the various findings, correct?
Right.
So, there's a lot of people that are retired here. There's a lot of young people here. How do you work with people when it comes to things like finances? It can be a surprise to someone. So talk to us about that.
Well, mold restoration can be very pricey, and that's not because people are raising the prices above and beyond what's normal. Those are the normal prices. It's just a very expensive specialty niche. And when it comes to dealing with the insurance company, a lot of people like to up the prices as much as possible to that top limit, and and to get the money that they deserve to get for the mold restoration service. But when the insurance company denies a claim, which can happen more often than not, unfortunately, that's when I believe the mold restoration company should come in and work with the customer at that point to make it not so worrisome when they're left with a very high bill when it comes to the mold mitigation service.
So what I'm hearing is you work with people.
Yes.
Yes, regardless of their situation.
Right.
You take care of them, and then you work with them from beginning to end.
Yes.
You care about the person behind the project.
Absolutely.
That's good to hear. So Adam, tell us something that perhaps people don't necessarily know about precision mold restoration.
Precision mold restoration, I believe in service with integrity, showing up and treating the customer
With dignity and
with dignity, with respect of their home, the fact that I'm there to help them get through their difficult time, to get their sick home healthy again as fast as possible, cost effective as possible. Mm-hmm. And what people don't understand also is when they feel like they have a mold restoration problem in their home, a lot of people have come to me and said, I thought this was going to be just a horrific experience. I thought you were going to come in and just tear my house apart. It was going to be just drywall mess everywhere, and it was just going to be just a horrible, horrible experience. And I want to ensure people that it's just not that way. A mold restoration, it's a very clean process. It's very, very organized. It's very by the book. There's really no worry involved when it comes to tearing up somebody's home, because that's just not what we do. We show up, we respect the home, we respect that they have furnishings and belongings still in the home. So that's why we contain really tight, we set up the proper equipment, and we want to show and walk the customer through that and make them comfortable and aware of every step of the way.
yeah. So thank you. Come closer. So Adam and I know each other. He's a little nervous for this interview. Bottom line is Adam really cares. He cares about his client. He cares about his project. And you really did wonderful. So let's talk about what we love about Fort Myers.
Fort Myers is a great city. I moved down here 19 years ago. I moved down here 21 years ago and from Michigan, and I love it. Being around the water is awesome. I love the fact that this community, it's very tight-knit. Everybody loves everybody, and everybody supports everybody. And this area has a lot of growth.
ABC rated it as ranked it as the top place to move. National Geographic rated us as having the most beautiful beaches. So this is where you want to work, live, and play, and love where you live.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you everyone, and thank you, Adam.
Thank you.